Hey, morning. This is Tuesday. We just all got in line to each other because that's how we like to start our Tuesday mornings. It's not going to be a long video today because a lot of this stuff was not to be recorded because we were doing homework and then having to go over bell work, which you'll see here in just a moment. Canned food drive is going to start up. If you would like to bring in canned food, it does get you B points, but then it does not go to your fifth period. It goes to me instead. So you have to decide every can you bring in gets you 3 B points for a maximum of 15 B points, or take them to your fifth period and get nothing. Let's see, camp to come some money, bring in. For your bell work, we're going to do what are called battle haiku, which apparently got us really worked up and excited today, except for one kid who did compliment haiku. Kudos to you. And the idea here being is you're going to write 3 haiku following all the haiku rules, where you get to go through and 5, 7, 5, 17 syllables, and you get to attack a famous person, or me, because for some of you I'm as famous as you're going to get. Something like the haiku, boy with iPad still on desk, you have now burnt through 9 points in a single 2-day period.
Wow.
Best time to go through the whole thing ever. Okay, that's not a haiku. It's okay, it was effective. Now, here's what we're going to take a look at. We're going to start the poem today, and then we'll finish it out tomorrow. This is going to be one of the strangest poems you're ever going to interact with. And then the reason I like it is the first time we read through it, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. By the time we get done with it, it'll make a bit more sense to you. Actually, probably make a lot of sense to you. Like, oh, Mr. Brovicast, that was easy. Why was I so dumb in the past? That's always a solid question. The first question I'm going to have is, what is the stanza?
It's like a paragraph for a poem.
There you go. And how do you know when a stanza ends?
A big space.
So this is our first poem, our poem, where it goes down here and then continues there. I couldn't fit it all on there easily. So my question is going to be, how many stanzas do we have in our poem?
9. No, wait. 9.
We'll go with this one by the show of hands. We'll start with 4 to be safe. How many of you guys say there are exactly 4 stanzas? 5 stanzas? 6 stanzas? 7 stanzas? All right. 8 stanzas? 9 stanzas? 10 stanzas? 11 stanzas? Should I keep going higher?
Yeah.
12
I
stanzas?
just don't know it.
All right. How many stanzas do you think we have?
19. What?
Jeez, Peyton.
Is it?
So let's double check this together then. Okay, that was a bit more scary than I thought. Starting here, stanza 1, correct? Pause. This is?
Stanza 2.
Pause.
Stanza 3.
Pause.
Stanza 4.
You think there's 15 more stanzas? Pause.
Stanzas.
How many, this was number what?
6.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5. Sorry, 5.
Space.
6.
Space.
7.
Space.
8.
Space.
9.
9.
Yeah, but
Yeah?
there's more big spaces in the stanzas.
Where do you see other?
The whistle part.
Yeah, that's between words this way. We go this way.
I was trying to be smart.
Ah, that was very good attempting to be smart on your part. I'll give you credit for that one. With our stanza here, we're going to read through it twice and see if you have any idea what is happening in our poem as we get a chance to get into it from there. Sure, Lizzie, thanks for volunteering. Sure, Michaela, thanks for volunteering. We'll have you read stanzas 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then Michaela has volunteered to read 5 through 9.
No, that's...
I feel it's very brave of you. Well done.
I love having my voice on the video.
I feel the same way. Unjust. Go for it, Lizzie.
Just spring when the world is
Mud luscious.
mudflashes. The little lame balloon man whistles far and wee. And
Eddie Bill.
and Bill.
Eddie Bill.
Eddie Bill
Good job.
come running from marbles and
Piracies.
piracies, and it's spring. When the world is puddle wonderful.
Nicely done. Keep going from there.
Oh, where did I start? Okay. The queer old balloon man whistles far and wee, and Betty and Miss Bull come dancing from hopscotch and jump rope, and it's spring, and the goat-footed balloon man whistles far and wee.
Nicely done. Go
That's
you.
dumb.
The dumbest thing ever. almost as dumb as having stuff on your desk and losing points. Now, I'm going to go ahead and read through it from there, and we're going to try and figure out what's in our poem. In just spring, when the world is mud luscious, the little lame balloon man whistles far and wee, and Eddie and Bill come running for marbles and piracies, and it's spring, when the world is puddle wonderful. The queer old balloon man whistles far and wee, and Betty and Isabel come dancing from hopscotch and jump rope, and it's spring, and the goat-footed balloon man whistles far and wee.
It still makes sense.
Mr. Broviak, that's the weirdest poem ever.
I understand. That's why I choose it. So far, I don't choose things to do with you guys that aren't going to have some fun in it somewhere. You just have to stay with me as we get there.
So you're not
Mr.
Mrs.
Broviak, there's no fun in that poem. It's just
Trust me. It's all right. So breaking it down bit by bit as we get into it. 1. When is our poem taking place? Where is your evidence?
it says spring in it.
Nicely done. So we're starting off with the fact that it says spring in it. Now, with that, is it the beginning, middle, or end of spring?
It's the end.
Why?
I don't know.
The world is mud after all the rain.
So is that beginning, middle, or end?
Middle.
Ooh.
It's-
Once again, we'll try this hand
wait.
thing.
When's April?
Beginning.
It's beginning.
Okay. So those of you who say beginning of spring, raise your hand. Middle of spring. End of spring. Ooh, not bad. It's in those first 2 words when it says in just spring. So the idea being is we have a timeline and we're going along our timeline here. And what season comes before spring?
Winter.
Did not mean to make that challenging. Winter. So it goes like winter, spring, and then what comes after spring?
Summer.
Well, that one you know. So if we were traveling along, we were going from winter, 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 spring, we are in that just into spring. We've just gone over it. So we're at the very beginning of spring. We've just gone into it. Going back into this season, back over here, what's on the ground all during this time? Snow. What happens to all that snow when we get to spring?
It melts.
Nicely done.
April's really rainy.
And so all of that snow melts into the ground, and when that water and snow melts into the ground, what happens to the ground? It becomes
Muddy.
and that's going to bring our into our mud luscious with the idea that we have all this rain and snow that's melted into the ground to create the idea of this mud
Mr. Broviak, I have no idea what luscious means. That's weird.
I agree. Luscious means delicious.
That's talking about mud.
I know. It means a lot of it and wonderful and delicious. I don't know if you guys have ever seen small children. Sometimes when they get around mud, they like to roll around and play with it.
Like
and make like
pigs.
little mud faces and like little mud pies and little mud fighting. And so the idea here being mud luscious is when you roll around and play in the mud and stuff like that. Yeah, that's why it's mud luscious. Those are not my children. 1, I don't have that many. 2, it is just random internet mud babies. Tomorrow, we will pick up with more of our weird poem and find out why I chose it.